Hey, good evening. It's really great to have you here. Tonight we're going to be reacting to Gene's Metamorphosis. Now, I heard this for the Wildcard GBB when it came out a couple of times, but I don't really remember it since then, since I haven't heard it since then. So this will pretty much be like a new experience for me. All I remember is that it was beautiful and it deserved its place, and I believe it was the top 3, but I could be mistaken. And yeah, all I'm going to do is react to it all the way through in the first one just to really enjoy the music and really embrace it. And right after that, I'm going to scrutinize it. If this is your first video watching me, I am a professional opera singer. I've performed both nationally and internationally, and I've competed in many different types of competitions and have placed very well in them. So I like to think that I know what I'm talking about in terms of understanding the voice. But something I really love about beatboxing is its unpredictability. You never know what new sound someone has created or how they're going to incorporate those new sounds or old sounds. I think beatboxing is just as magical as being a 5-year-old seeing a magic trick for the first time, just being completely puzzled as to how do you do that, and understanding the limitless potential of the voice, or the limitless potential of humanity for that matter. So with that said, let's jump into Gene's Metamorphosis.
Here we are, at the finish line, standing strong, still alive. You and I
Very
have
soft.
come so far, chasing the light as it twinkles from afar. But that may not be enough. To find a hook where will I be enough? It's what makes us who we are. It's what makes us who we are.
Oh!
Make us who we are.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
All that I am, so thanks to you. Someday I'll be somebody. Someday I'll be.
Oh my goodness gracious, Gene! Shinozaki. Gene Shinozaki. I can remember that. Wow. That was That was magic. That was just gorgeous. Where to begin? So, my first impressions is it starts off very light, very soft, around piano, mezzo piano, and which is that kind of dynamic, that loudness level, and it's very tender in the beginning. So just listening to his vibrato in the beginning, it's a little shaky, which just tells me that it's not completely supported, and I might get a little flack for this, but people think, well, it's supposed to not have that kind of robust sound because it is soft. And just at least from a classical perspective, it is possible to sing to sing softly yet still have a lot of support, so your vibrato is very consistent and very smooth even though it is soft. And an example of that would be, and my voice isn't as high as Gene's, but the idea is, here we are at the finish line, standing strong, still alive, you and I, and the rest of the lyrics. But the idea is that it's really soft and tender, but the vibrato is consistent. And I'm sorry, my voice isn't warmed up, so it's not really that amazing right now. But honestly, with the vibrato, the shaky vibrato aside, it does an amazing job setting up the scene for what's to come, which I think is just incredible. His timbre is so lovely too. It's very uniquely him, and I really, really dig that. So, with that said, you have these really open clicks. They progressively got worse. But you get the idea, just, but there cannot be enough hope. And it's just, the sounds are so simple. You just got some lip trills or lip basses, and it's just so smooth, and it's so well organized and composed, which is typically when you hear beatboxing routines, you'll hear a lot of really insane combinations and ideas, but this is really atmospheric, and I really love that. Just from a musician's perspective, it's very audibly pleasing. So the moment we sink into the drop, though, that was incredible. So actually, let's just listen to this whole thing again.
Here we are at the finish line, standing strong, still alive. You and I have come so far, chasing the light as it twinkles from afar. But there may not be enough.
I love that too. It looks like he's doing an inward lip roll of or like an inward sound of, but it's so uniquely him, and it's so tender. Also, I'm going to retract my statement on the vibrato. When I listen to it again, the vibrato sounds a little bit more solid and consistent, and his vibrato is a little fast, but I think that's just more him and his natural vibrato over it being a little shaky. So that was my fault in my first initial thought of it. But yeah, that lip roll going in, I obviously did it outward, but that sound, oh, that was beautiful.
To find out who we are.
His voice is so tender, it's beautiful.
Will I be enough?
Those textures are gorgeous.
To make us who we are. It's what make us who we are.
Yeah, kind of missed that low note there, just whispered it, which doesn't really detract much, but it is noticeable.
Woo! Make us who we are.
I don't think people realize how difficult that is. First, you have all of those textures of voice, lip bass, and just general pitch control. Those are extremely complex arpeggios, or just series of notes that just fit so well in the structure. Like, how you're able to transition so seamlessly from those different textures and pitches, and not be flat, not be sharp, just gently land on them, but keep the cadence completely in its whole structure. It's gorgeous. It really is. And by the way, a cadence is a full musical phrase. It's like a sentence for music. And it's breathtaking. It really is. Moving on. That drop was incredible.
Make us who we are. All that I am.
Yeah, and just that really deep lip roll, that I am, with that really clean snare. Really good choice.
So cool things to you. Someday I'll be.
And I love that he takes the time on those lip rolls. It's not just, it's like you have that little moment of breath and then the lip roll. That's really controlled, and that was absolutely a stylistic choice, and I love that. He's really taking his time to just feel that really weighted beat, because it was so light and legato and elegant before, and now we're just really sinking into his groove, and I love this.
Somebody. Someday I'll be.
Going back to light. Just to leave you with chills. It's really amazing. He is such a wonderful artist, and I love listening to his stuff when he releases something. So that was Gene's Metamorphosis. It really is incredible what he does with that music. I'm really envious of people that can just create their own music in such a fluid and artistic way. When I was in college, I had a roommate who was a composer. He did neoclassical music. And when I heard his opera for the first time, which was a modern take on classical music, it was just incredible. It was so unique and atonal. Yeah, his music was just extraordinarily complex. I loved listening to it. So that being said, in terms of this particular piece, it's all the sounds just flow so well together. The structure of it is incredible. It's very light and it just kind of transports you to this, at least to me, I get this feeling of walking through a mystical forest. Not just because of the visuals in the video, but you just close your eyes and you just kind of feel that light fairy sensation. And then all of a sudden you get these kinds of heavier footsteps, just those, and you just get a different kind of texture, which I really love. And then all of a sudden you just get this really beautiful drop, which isn't really an anti-drop, but it's not a really heavy in your face drop like we heard with Terrace Stanen. But with this, you just get this really legato, elegant drop. All of the textures, all of the pitches are just on point, and it just flows so smoothly. And you don't really get that in a lot of beatboxing routines. Usually it's just combos followed up by other combos with a general structure for a song or a piece. And this feels so much more musical in comparison to technical, even though there's obviously a lot of technical ability involved. So with all of that said, Gene, this is gorgeous. You know, I should listen to this more often, honestly. I love this. Especially on my second playthrough of it, where I realized that your vibrato was actually pretty consistent, really smooth. That was my bad. I absolutely love this piece. It's incredible, and I can't wait to hear more from you. I can't wait to hear just more from beatboxing in general and see how the evolution continues to grow. And with all of that said, please send me recommendations for more videos you guys would like me to react to. It could be in beatboxing, it could be outside of beatboxing, it could be outside of music. It could be comedy, it could be games, it could be whatever you would like it to be. So please let me know your suggestions down below. I would love to be able to look more closely into them and to just really enjoy them for what they are, be able to analyze them, learn from them, grow from them. I would just love to be able to hear all of your personal interests through these videos. And please don't recommend movies or shows. I would like to react to them, especially since this channel is about storytelling and movies and shows are all about storytelling, but working around them through copyright is just such a nightmare. So that's not something that I have anything planned for right now, but I will probably do that at some point in the future. But until then, I really appreciate all of you being here. I really appreciate all of the kindness and support that you guys have shown in the last video. It's definitely not anything that I was expecting, and I was freaking out about it with my close friends and family. So thank you so much for the immense love and support from the last video. It was really incredible. I was really dumbfounded, especially since the first videos that I posted hardly got into double-digit views. And not to say that I'm going to discontinue storytelling. I love storytelling, which is why I have so many videos on it so far, but it's just thank you. It really means a lot that you guys are here supporting this channel, this content, and me. And I was so excited to see how well the Terrace video did, and I'm so excited to see what more there is for the future on this channel. So thank you all so much for being here. I deeply appreciate your kindness and support, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good evening, everyone.